In this video, we'll fix the couch legs in another image here. So let's start with the right side, and we can actually get rid of this. We can recreate it if we need to. But let's see if this works in this one. I'm going to turn off snap in this image as well. So this might be moved up a little bit. It actually blends pretty well. It's not bad. I have to adjust this a little bit. And maybe slight bit of extra blending here in the shadows on the floor. Nope, a little bit too much there. Don't want to bring the wheel back. There we go. That actually blends pretty well. Saves us time from having to recreate all that. But we do want to do that little bit of a touch up here. That's not a big deal. Again, I'm going to have to do it outside because I have that mask going on. I learned that from the last one, just that little bit of touch up there. And then let's move on to the middle leg. So this is going to have to be moved, of course. The last one, we moved it up as well. On the right side, I should say. So this will probably have to move up too. Let's look. Yeah, about there. That's pretty good. Okay. And I'm going to do a little bit more of a blend. The light is a little bit different on this one, looks like. So blend it just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to have to remove this over here, which we didn't have to do before because it wasn't even visible. But this would be our left side leg. I'm not even sure if we'll see this in the image. How we'll crop this. So let's do that. Let's actually, you know what, rather than going through the process of creating that, because it can be a little time consuming to get that to look right. We also have this leg, which is this one here on this side, that could complicate things a little more. So rather than going through that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the cropping stage. So when we're cropping this image, if we decide that it's best to see the whole thing, and then great. But I have a feeling we'll probably even be cropping most of that out and probably doing, something more along the lines like this, right? And then you don't even see that. So we don't have to take the time to do that. So basically, I'm going to call this good. And then if we need to, we can tackle that, but we don't need to waste time doing that if we don't need to. So move on. Her eyes are partially open there, actually. So I don't know if she's going to want to use this one or not, but maybe she didn't notice that when she picked it. That's okay. Yeah, it looks like it's caught a little bit in the middle there. We could try something to see if we can save that, because it wouldn't be quite so obvious, perhaps, if it looked like her eyes were just closed more. So if we were to do this, maybe it would just look like her eyelashes. So you wouldn't see the whites of her eyes to know that they're partially open. So it just looks like her eyes are completely closed now. So that'll work. I don't think there's really anything else in this image. So let's go ahead and close out. Move on to the next one. This one, her eyes are completely open, so be good. I don't think there's anything pretty clean shot. Here, add a little bit of smoothing, just slight. And then move on. Again, there's really not much in these beyond the base round of edits that we've already done. Let the computer do. Sometimes there's not really much that needs to be done beyond that. A little bit of, so you can see before and after, just a little bit of healing there. And same with this one. We'll probably just do a little bit. It's just not even really necessary, but just a little bit, just a little touch here and there. This has to do with how the light is hitting your skin. To smooth that out a little bit. There we go. This one here. Oops. I want to actually paint there. I wanted to zoom here. And then I can paint just a little bit of smoothing. And if you want a tutorial on how I set up this skin heal layer, I can do that. Let me duplicate this and just so I don't lose what I've already done, just so I can show you what the layer itself looks like. It's kind of like a frequency separation, but on a single layer, just a single. Then I have multiples here if I need it, but it's a similar concept to that. And then just using the mask just a little bit to help in some areas that might need just a little bit of touch up there. But yeah, that's outside the scope of this particular tutorial since we're just using all of these things. But if you want that, of course, I can walk through that process in the future. All right, so these are all saving. We've got 7 documents currently saving. And then what we'll do is load in another 10 images to work on next. But I'll go ahead and end this video here, let these save out, load in the next 10, and I'll see you in the next video when we're editing those.